You are completely wrong if you think trading is easy. I've seen many different videos, especially on TikTok and Instagram, about so-called people claiming that it's easy to make money without any real skill. I'm sure you've probably seen these videos making the rounds on social media, and I decided to make a video to share my opinion and what I actually think about trading. I strive on finding new ways to make money, whether it's starting a new business or following a different investment strategy, and I can confidently say that these gurus or trading professionals make more money from selling the bot than actually trading on the financial markets. I like to think that there's endless amounts of money flowing from the financial markets to people that has the relevant skills to play the game. I wanted to share how I incorporate trading into my own portfolio, and it's quite an interesting way to make extra money, but it's really not that simple. I still have my easy equities portfolio where I invest a lot of money for the longer term. Following this strategy has helped me to make millions of rands by sticking to what I know and being patient in the financial markets. For many of you that have watched my previous videos probably know that I created a separate portfolio to follow a bit of a different strategy. The app that I'm currently using is called BROKSTOCK, and it's simply one of the best trading platforms that you can use to either invest or trade the financial markets. I prefer investing for the long term in a specific portfolio, and I decided to focus on swing trading and day trading in my BROKSTOCK account. I wanted to share my actual portfolio, and currently if I log into BROKSTOCK, we can see the portfolio total is around 21,000 Rand. It's obviously not a huge portfolio, but my goal is to grow this portfolio to around 100,000 Rand before the end of the year. Please give this video a thumbs up or let me know down in the comments whether this is something that you would like to see. I wanted to show you my actual portfolio so that you don't think I am just recommending this app without actually using it. And like I said, this is my current portfolio. I'm actually using the app, and I recommend other people to use the app because I trust the app and because it's something that has worked for me in the past. With that said, if you haven't already, consider signing up with my link down in the description. So check it out. If you like it, download it and get started today. With that said, if you don't like it, don't download it. I have a couple of JSE trades as well as some US stock trades, and like we can see, there's a lot of red when it comes to this portfolio. I only have one trade that is profitable at the moment, which is MTN, which is a buy or a call option, and the rest are all negative. So for example, this is a sell order on transaction capital, and it's currently at a loss of 200 Rand or 25%. Then I have a buy signal on Montuak, but it's currently down 314 Rand or a massive 42%. The reason I'm showing this losses is because this is the risk that is involved with trading shares. The chances for you to lose money compared to investing is much larger in my opinion. I wanted to also show you some of my history. If I click on history, you can also see that I have made pretty decent profits in the last couple of weeks. I made profit on selling AMD. I made around 492 Rand. Selling Process was around 34 Rand, a very small trade. I sold Nike. I made a small trade of 313 Rand. If we scroll down, we can see that I made around 983 Rand trading Nvidia, as well as 458 Rand trading Tesla. If we scroll down, there's a few profits of small amounts with Standard Bank, 10 Rand. I sold Tesla again, 113 Rand. Here's a small profit with Investec of 18 Rand, a small profit with MTN of 107 Rand, and I also traded the US dollar and I made a profit of around 250 Rand. Here's a bigger one with Meta of 535 Rand. The cool thing about this app is you can make money when the markets go up, or you can make money when the markets go down. This is called a call or a put option, or simply a buy or a sell option. I don't want to convince you to start trading because there's so many different issues involved in this industry. There's so many fake gurus, there's so many fake people that don't really know how to trade, but they're selling this get rich quick scheme, and it's really important to be aware of these scams. I wanted to show you guys a couple of things on my personal trading account and some trades that I made and some of the things that you need to be aware of. I'll show you guys how my BROKSTOCK portfolio is currently valued, and at the end of the video I'll also share some pros and cons of investing as well as trading. With that said, let's jump into some pros of investing. The first advantage is compounding. This is the magic word when it comes to long-term investing. If you reinvest your earnings, or if you keep an investment for a very long time, compound interest is your best friend. This means even small returns over a long period of time will add up significantly, and you can really make quite a lot of money. Another advantage is diversification, and you can either diversify with stocks, bonds and property, or you can diversify your portfolio by investing in ETFs or real estate investment trusts, or simply investing in individual stocks. This is something that's great when it comes to building a longer term portfolio, because you can diversify in different asset classes but also different industries, whether it's retail, tech or even stuff like mining. Another advantage is that typically investing for the longer term has much lower fees because there's not a lot of selling and buying going on. Each and every time you buy or sell, there's a small amount of commission being paid to your broker, which adds up in the longer term. So when it comes to investing for the longer term, you can save quite a lot of money when it comes to your overall fees. The next advantage, and this is probably one of the biggest one, is that it's emotionally easier to invest in the longer term. Imagine you invest a large amount of your own money in the stock market, and immediately after you made your investment, the stock goes down. That is something that I cannot explain unless you experience it on your own. Knowing that you want to invest in a certain stock or company for the longer term mitigates the risk and reduces the overall emotional burden that comes with investing. Of course, investing also has cons, and one of the biggest ones is market volatility. No matter what stock or what company you invest in, there will always be market volatility. No matter what you predict or what your preferred outcome is, there will always be ups and downs when it comes to the financial markets. If you do not have the emotional intelligence to stick through the volatility, you can suffer quite a lot. Another disadvantage is limited control. You are simply placing your money in a company, standing back and hoping that company will reach its financial goals so that you can eventually make money from that share. Unfortunately, no one has a crystal ball and we cannot predict the markets. No one can predict the market. So you have a small amount of control, and that's basically deciding whether you want to buy or sell that company. The next disadvantage, and this isn't always the case, but it's slower growth. Investing in the right type of company can take a very long time to actually compound and receive a good return. Unless you are very lucky or have the right type of skill, it's very seldom to receive something that doubles or triples your money in a very short period of time. So overall, investing for the longer term is exactly that. It takes much longer and there's still risk involved. Then we get to trading. We can talk about day trading or swing trading, whichever one you prefer. But at the end of the day, some of the pros when it comes to trading is faster profits. You can enter a trade today and sell that trade later the day and effectively make money immediately. Yes, it sounds really easy, but it's definitely not that easy. The thing is, it can potentially generate more profit more quickly, but it's not always the case. Another pro, or it can be a disadvantage depending on your style of investment, is that it involves active management. You need to make the trades and you need to sell those trades, so you are actively involved in the investment. If you do not trade, you will not make money. So it becomes like a full-time job or a work that you need to focus on so that you can actually profit from it. Then, of course, we get to some of the risk or the cons. The biggest risk, in my opinion, is that it is a much higher risk investment. Again, we cannot control the market. No matter what we think will happen, it can go sideways real quickly. It's important to focus on things like take profits and stop losses when you start investing so that you reduce your overall risk. But at the end of the day, the risk will always be there to lose money. Another disadvantage is time commitment. You need to physically sit in front of your computer or laptop and actually activate the specific trades. You need to analyze charts and do technical analysis on charts, whether it's for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or a whole day. You need to physically be active and commit your time towards that investment. This can be a good or a bad thing depending on your personality. Another disadvantage, of course, is the cost. Each and every time you buy or enter a trade, and each and every time you exit or sell a trade, you get charged a small commission. Of course, you make profit above that, but still you get charged a commission. So that adds up over the longer term. And if you add up all the commission you are paying over a certain period of time for all of your trades, that's quite a lot of money. This isn't necessarily the biggest issue, but it's still something to take into consideration. Last but not least is the psychological demand of trading. Emotionally being strong enough to successfully trade is probably one of the most difficult things to master. This is something that you cannot teach. It takes skill and it takes experience. You will have to practically trade and figure out how you react to certain situations. If you are not mentally strong enough to commit to your trades, you can lose a lot of money if you don't focus and have the right emotional intelligence. At the end of the day, my opinion would be that you can consider implementing both of these strategies in your portfolio, but I would definitely lean towards investing for the longer term. I am comfortable to invest 100 or 500,000 Rand for the longer term, but I would definitely not be confident enough to day trade 500 or 100,000 Rand and be able to lose that money in a very short period of time. I'm not sure about you, but that's just how I feel. It all depends on your risk tolerance or your risk appetite, so you will have to decide, do you have the right type of risk appetite to day trade, or would you rather focus on slower growth, lower risk for the longer term?